Oh, you know what? That's true.
I
And then I
mean,
remember my cousin had said to me, "Well, you know what? You could have a couple drinks, and you're maybe like one drink each date, and he'll be like, this is wonderful. I'm living up to expectations, you know." But we went on like 3 dates, and the thing that got me was that he had said to me that he dabbled in Scientology.
that.
Scientology is huge over here.
Oh, is it?
Yes,
And
yes.
all of California? I mean, California in general?
Yes, yes. I don't know if there's other, but I never came across Scientology. Do they have it in Rochester or the East Coast at all? I'm sorry if you like Scientology.
No, not at all. I think there might. No. Isn't there a Scientology center maybe in New York City? But I don't think we have them.
Oh my God, they're all over here, and they're huge. The buildings are huge, and their church. And so he said, "Oh yeah, I dabbled in Scientology. I was kind of lost, and and stuff like that." And I'm like, "Okay." And I thought, "No way, is he gonna? I'm not gonna take a personality test, because they do that. You'll be walking somewhere, and they say, "Do you want a personality test?" And they'll have you go in there, and you don't come out. I don't know. But yeah, so he was okay. I just, and then there was another thing, I just felt like he's not for me. Anybody that gets influenced by Scientology or
that's I'm with you. That's not good.
And I'm looking through all my cards here.
Okay, so one thing though about Scientology, I know like LA and stuff is a lot of people that are aspiring actresses or actors go into Scientology because so many of those producers, they have so much power over the industry as far as jobs in acting. Mm-hmm. So I know some people will do it just for that, but I don't think he was.
He wasn't an actor.
Yeah. No,
that's true. Yeah.
One of my favorite shows is The Handmaid's Tale in Elizabeth Moss.
Oh, yeah.
It's I think her parents were Scientologists and she grew up there.
You know what? That's an interesting. And Leah Remini, I think. Can you imagine growing up and not knowing anything else?
Right. But notice how a lot of them got acting careers because so many Scientologists are in the business.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Wow.
So that's something I've been told. So this guy was dabbled in it, which probably meant he was probably third down from the biggest alien in the church. I don't know what they believe in.
He wasn't even successful in Scientology. Come on, underachiever.
Failed. I'm thinking, okay, so you're he failed out, and I'm thinking he's probably lying, and he is the third highest in command right now, or something really insane, he's the one that's I don't know, keeping Tom Cruise from dating women that aren't inside. I don't know. The whole thing is so bizarre.
I'll end up on TMZ with that one.
Yeah, you will. So. Yeah, so that was a big red flag. Let's see. Let's give us another one.
Okay, let me see.
All right, let's see. What do we got there in that pile? I want you to just go on stage with your note cards and just be all right, we're going to talk about my bad dates. And just pull a big, huge stack out and say, I took notes of each date. Put them on the stool on stage.
Well, guess what? That last set, I did that.
Did you?
I went like this. I'm I brought all my index cards for my dates this last couple of months.
There's so many. That's so funny.
And they're well, that's a lot of dates. And you know what? Let me tell you, I like the open mic scene, but this place that I went to, there were a lot of men. And there were and it was in a bar, and the bar was kind of set up where, I don't know, it just seemed like they weren't really listening. There was only 2 or 3 women. Mm-hmm. And so, I don't know. I just think it wasn't balanced as well. But yeah it was kind of
And sometimes, open mics are just really tough to gauge your material sometimes. People are, especially if it's all comedians, no one's really listening.
I know.
You know
what
I mean? And if you're doing new material and the comics are all there and they hear your new material, you could get a pretty decent gauge of, but still, the last two jokes that I've been doing in like my type 5-6 minute set are fairly new, and they didn't really go over well at open mic, but they worked in the club. So I don't know. You know, I had the one joke that I just worked on for 2 months, chopping, rewriting,
Oh, wow.
and I finally like got a very short piece of it that works really well. But I don't know. I still wanna like keep working on the opener too. It's like a whole joke about doing my DNA testing. So
Oh yeah, yeah, I like that one.
so yeah,
That's
but
big now. People are doing all their DNA and ancestry.
yeah, the ancestry and yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I still have to work on that one. But you know, your dating jokes, like you say, it was all men. They don't always get, you know. Sometimes.
They don't. And so one of the guys I met online, he was 48, and he said I had to take out a loan from my brother, and I thought, oh, okay, to buy a vacuum cleaner. Because he was saying, I'm almost done paying off that loan with my brother.
I gotta ring the shame bell for this jerk.
And then I'm just kind of like, did he just say did homeboy just say that he had to take a loan out for a vacuum cleaner? Wait a minute. How much vacuum cleaners are now?
Wait, how much is the vacuum? Or, you know, this could go either way, though, Mel. I'm thinking he's either really, really clean.
Which I'm not.
And he bought this, you know, $1,000 vacuum because he's so anal and clean. Or he just had to get a loan for some $69 vacuum at the Walmart. I don't know.
The Walmart.
So he's like, I'm almost through paying off my loan.
And then and then the same guy, like we went and got coffee, and then Indian food, and you know when the coffee, the person gave him, he got hot chocolate, and that's kind of weird. I'm sorry, but a grown ass grown man,
bad sign.
And they had slid it to him, and he went, "Yay!" Like he hasn't seen hot chocolate in 10 years.
Like he's 10. It's like he's a child.
And I'm thinking, okay, maybe I just misunderstood because I'm hard of hearing. And then when we got the Indian food, he's like, "Yay!" Maybe he hasn't been out of the house in a while. I don't know.
This sounds really bizarre. But what did he look like?
You know, the one thing is he was, and I saw his profile picture. I would say people would think he was nerdy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He liked to work out. He was slender, and I'm not a workout kind of person. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to be in the future. You know, I'm working towards it.
Yeah.
And he was really, really into sports. And he said, when you see me, I will be wearing a red cap. And I'm like, who uses the word cap anymore? You know, what's he talking about, a red cap?
Yeah.
You know, and then his pants were kind of like, I don't know. He just didn't seem, I don't know. He wasn't really my type. I like to have somebody with a sense of humor, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He does a meetup for, this should be another red flag. A little bit, not my type. A meetup for people to play Dungeons and Dragons at his house.
What? Oh my gosh! How old is he?
48.
Dungeons and Dragons in his house?
Yeah, people come and they play Dungeons and Dragons and they play all those skill games, which is perfectly fine. But you know what? I have no interest in learning how to play those adventure games. Do you like those, Cindy?
I have no interest, but I'm just like, what do you do? You're all in the room together. Like, what? How do you play? What is this?
I don't know. I mean, I should just go to it and report back to you.
Yes, please go.
I know Uno. I know like Go Fish.
Go Fish.
You know, they these games where they do these risk things where they go through and they buy property. It's not Monopoly. I can handle Monopoly, but even at this age, I don't want to.
No. Do you think Dungeons and Dragons is a board game?
You know what? There's a whole following.
I don't think it's a board game.
It's imagination and science fiction, and you know what? I know somebody that dated when they were in college. He was really into Dungeons and Dragons,
Right.
and they dated for a while. And he was a brilliant guy. He was a math major, and they actually dress up sometimes into these parts. And he wanted to wear his cape from Dungeons and Dragons on the date, and she said, "Absolutely not. You're not wearing the Dungeons and Dragons cape."
Oh, it is a board game, I think. Oh, okay, so it is a board game.
It is a huge following for people
Yeah,
who like that.
okay, so it's an adult Magic board game. This is the beginner edition, a starter set. So maybe it is a board game. All right, your job is to
I'll do it. I could go live with it.
You can go live.
I am clueless with games. I used to date this guy, and he would play euchre, and I had no freaking idea
Right.
what the hell he was doing.
I
would
like
just sit
euchre.
there for hours.
Right. Yeah, I like to play euchre. I haven't in a long time, but it's fun. You know what I mean? It's a card game, but
Is it hard?
it's not that hard. I mean, if you want to really learn it, I had a friend that had to learn it really quickly, and I told her, like, you could go play it online against, you know what I mean, and you could just learn by playing it cards. It's a card game. It's not that hard. But I thought, I know, like, Dungeons and Dragons, I thought they, like, dress up, and it's like...
Yeah, they do, and they have dice, and they like go through these characters, and the character attacks the other character. I don't know if they make up characters. You know, maybe I can find a guy and go on a date and try the meetup group. You know, I'm gonna have to pretend like I'm interested.
You gotta do a Dungeons and Dragons meetup.
Because God help me, I don't like. I don't like Harry Potter. I have no interest in liking Harry Potter.
Right.
I know people watch Game of Thrones. Did you watch that?
Let's say I pretty much just watched the last 6 episodes of the entire thing. Danielle watched it. Danielle loves those science fiction movies.
Okay.
I have no interest in any of that stupid stuff. She loves those vampire movies. I don't have any interest in any of that. But I do know that the Game of Thrones, it bored the heck out of me, I gotta tell you. I'm with
My
you.
parents love it. And for me, it's too many characters to have to keep track of. And then you keep track of them, and then they end up dying the next week, I hear.
It's terrible. Yeah, it was too much. And there's all these, like, little cities you have to remember, and it's too much. It's just too much. I'm telling you what it's 90 Day Fiance.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Bravo. I watch all the Housewives. They're shows I can have on. I can walk away for 10 minutes and come back and I miss nothing. Those are my kind of shows.
Yes. And I love how they do the recap and they play it like 3 times.
Yes, because it's people like me need that constant recapping. I constantly don't know what they're saying. I half pay attention. I'm on my phone. I play Words with Friends. I'm on social media. I'm not paying attention. I cannot commit to anything that needs my attention for more than a minute. I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's just
it's it's interesting because you can just pick up on any episode. You don't have to go right from the beginning.
No.
No,
it's nice. But I am almost caught up on 90 Day Fiance. I am. I finished them all. There's a new season that's out. It's still going. I think there's only 2 episodes. I got to start that. The spin-offs are incredible. There's 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. There's after the 90 days. There's Happily Ever After. There's so many spin-offs from that show. It's so popular.
Yeah. And the thing is, what was I going to say? I watched the first season, and my dad and I watched the majority, and he got the gist of maybe 5 episodes. Mm-hmm. And the one guy, well, first of all, I don't know if you want to talk about the characters or.
Yeah. Which ones were you on?
Well, I was on Danielle and Muhammad. Danielle's about my age, and Muhammad is 28?
Yes, those 2 are a wreck. Oh, you're on the first episode. Yes, you're 6 seasons ago. Yes. But they're on more than just that show. Like, they come back under other seasons.
I saw them. I saw them.
Yeah.
I skipped ahead. And actually, on that first season,